What if I told you that a single penny from 1990, something millions of Americans have tossed into jars, drawers, and cup holders, could hold layers of history, minting precision, and collector intrigue that most people never notice? Tonight, we're diving deep into the United States of America 1 cent 1990 D, a coin struck at the legendary Denver Mint, a small copper-plated disc that carries far more significance than its 1 cent face value suggests. Welcome back to Coin Collector's World, where we uncover the hidden stories behind America's coinage, and today we're focusing on the 1990 D Lincoln cent. A coin that may look ordinary at first glance but is packed with technical detail, minting history, and subtle varieties that every serious collector should understand. The year 1990 marked an era of high-volume coin production in the United States, with the U.S. economy expanding and demand for circulating coinage remaining strong, and the 1990 D cent was produced at the historic Denver Mint in Denver, Colorado, one of the nation's primary coin production facilities since 1906. In that year alone, the Denver Mint struck over 4.9 billion Lincoln cents, making the 1990 D one of the highest mintage issues of the late 20th century. The obverse of the 1990 D cent features the timeless portrait of President Abraham Lincoln, designed by sculptor Victor David Brenner and first introduced in 1909 to commemorate Lincoln's 100th birthday. This iconic profile was the first regular issue U.S. coin to depict a real historical figure, breaking from the long-standing tradition of symbolic liberty imagery. Above Lincoln's head you'll see the motto "In God We Trust," to the left the word liberty, and to the right the date 1990 along with the small but powerful D mint mark, indicating its Denver origin. The reverse design on the 1990 D cent is the classic Lincoln Memorial, created by Frank Gasparo and introduced in 1959 to mark the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. Look closely, and you can see a tiny representation of the Lincoln statue between the columns of the memorial, making this one of the few U.S. coins to depict the same individual on both sides. Surrounding the memorial are the inscriptions "United States of America" and 1 cent, with the national motto "E pluribus unum" proudly displayed above. Now let's talk composition, because 1990 was firmly within the modern copper-plated zinc era of U.S. cent production. Since mid-1982, Lincoln cents have been composed of 97.5% zinc with a thin outer layer of 2.5% copper, giving them the classic copper color while significantly reducing production costs. The 1990 D cent weighs approximately 2.5 grams and measures 19.05 millimeters in diameter with a plain edge, specifications that collectors must know when authenticating pieces or identifying potential planchet errors. When it comes to strike quality, the 1990 D cent is known for relatively consistent production, but as with many high mintage issues, fully struck details are not guaranteed. Collectors grading mint state examples often examine the sharpness of Lincoln's hair above the ear, the clarity of the bow tie, and the definition of the memorial steps and columns on the reverse. Weak strikes, die fatigue, and minor contact marks are common due to the enormous production numbers at Denver that year. Error and variety collectors should pay special attention to this issue, because while there is no widely recognized major double die variety like the famous 1995 double die obverse, minor double dies, repunched mint marks from earlier decade styles, die cracks, cuds, off-center strikes, and broad strikes have all been reported on 1990 D cents. Because of the copper-plated zinc composition, plating blisters and zinc core exposure are also common, creating unusual surface textures that sometimes confuse newer collectors but are well understood by specialists. Another aspect that serious numismatists analyze is die state progression, as late-stage die deterioration can create flow lines, mushy lettering, and loss of fine detail that significantly impacts grade and eye appeal. In high mint state grades such as MS66 or MS67, collectors demand strong luster, minimal contact marks, and excellent strike sharpness, especially given the abundance of lower-grade uncirculated examples available in rolls and mint-sewn bags. Although the 1990 D is not considered rare in circulated condition, condition rarity becomes critical at the top end of the grading spectrum. Coins certified by leading third-party grading services such as PCGS and NGC in superb gem grades command strong premiums due to registry-set competition, where collectors strive to assemble the highest-graded examples of every Lincoln memorial sent by date and mint mark. Roll searching has become a popular strategy for collectors seeking high-grade 1990 D cents, as original bank-wrapped rolls occasionally yield gems that were never mishandled in circulation. However, because zinc-based cents are more prone to spotting and surface degradation over time, pristine examples with vibrant red luster designated as RD by grading services are increasingly desirable among advanced collectors. Now let's talk market performance, because this is where excitement builds for serious numismatists. While circulated 1990 D cents typically trade for face value, certified high-grade examples tell a very different story. Superb gem specimens graded MS67 red by PCGS have realized auction prices exceeding $400, and ultra-high-end examples approaching the finest known condition have crossed the $1,000 threshold at major U.S. coin auctions when registry demand peaks, creating astonishing returns for what began as a single cent. The 1990 D Lincoln cent stands as a testament to modern U.S. mint production, mass circulation economics, and the fascinating reality that even the most common-looking coins can hold layers of complexity, opportunity, and collector excitement when examined through the lens of expertise and passion. So the next time you see a 1990 penny with a D mint mark, don't dismiss it as ordinary change. Look closer, examine the strike, evaluate the luster, and remember that in the world of coin collecting, even 1 cent can carry a story worth far more than its face value.